God bless you, brothers and sisters in Christ. It's Watchman 85 here, just coming on to share with you some of those prophetic dreams that I was telling you about in my first video, my second video, my third video, I think I said. But it doesn't matter. I'm here just to, share what my dreams. I know a lot of people has had dreams too, but I'm just going to go ahead and share mine. Like I said, I am not a prophet. I'm not claiming to be a prophet. I'm not predicting anything. I'm just sharing what I saw in the dream. Okay, and in two of them, the Lord did speak to me. Okay, so the first dream I had was in 2005. It was in President Bush's last term in office. Because I had this dream before I met my wife as a friend. I met my wife in 2006, and I had that dream before I met her. But anyways, it was around 2005. I had this dream, and this is how the dream was. In the dream, I was in between space and the earth. I was at the very, very top of the earth, right before you reach space. And I saw the globe, and the part of the globe I saw was the United States. And when I was looking at the United States, there was a commotion going on. It looked like in the Washington, D.C., Virginia area, in that area. And it registered in the dream that something major or something bad happened in that dream. Very bad. Okay? And then after that, I noticed there was black helicopters flying from the United States, making its way over towards the Middle East. So then in the dream, I was zoomed out into space, and I saw the globe shift and turn towards the Middle East. Okay, and I was zoomed back into the earth, not close, but right like at the top of the earth, like I said. And then in that when I got to the Middle East, I noticed Israel, I noticed Iraq, Iran, Turkey, Russia, that whole Middle Eastern area, and the little part of Asia where Russia is. I noticed I was looking at that area. Then all of a sudden, I noticed that there was a missile being launched from Iran towards Israel. And then there was another little missile being launched. It looked like it was coming out of Iraq, like southern Iraq, towards near the border of Iran, also going. So one was in front, and another one was going towards Israel. And when I looked at Israel, I saw a wall of fire stretching from northern Israel all the way down to the border to the very southern tip of Israel, where Jordan and Israel borders. That whole area was covered with fire. And when the missiles were hitting, the fire would destroy them. Right? It would destroy them. And then I was looking at it, and then next thing you know, I was zoomed back out into space. So I was above the earth, and I saw the smoke clear. Okay? Now after the smoke cleared, listen, I don't know why I seen this, but after the smoke cleared, I was looking at the continents: Africa, Europe, like northern. It was like Europe, and not Russia exactly, but that. Anyways, the continents were in the shape of a devil. So at that part, I was like, okay, what am I seeing? And then a voice spoke to me. I was zoomed back all the way out into space where I saw the earth, and a voice spoke to me and said, "Do you see what's going to happen?" And I woke up. And I was like, wait a minute. What did I just see? What did I just see, and what did I just hear in my right ear? That was the first prophetic dream I had. You know why? Because you can look at, I don't know if it had to do with Psalms 83 in the Bible, or if it had to do with Ezekiel chapter 38 and chapter 39, because the Bible does say that God is going to protect Israel with fire when they get attacked by multiple nations. Because like I said, in the dream, there was a missile coming from Iran, and there would look like there was a missile that was coming out of southern Iraq near Iran. So it looked like Israel was being attacked by more than one nation, and God was protecting it. Okay, so you could see Ezekiel chapter 38 and chapter 39, or Psalms 83. I don't know which war was that, but after that smoke cleared, I saw the continents in the shape of a devil. And I don't know if that's symbolizing after that event the Antichrist is going to reign, or if the Antichrist is already reigning during that time. So I don't know. That's the first dream. And like I said, I heard the voice speak to me and said, everything is, not everything. Do you see what's going to happen? Okay, that was the first dream. That was the last term of President Bush in office. So that was around 2005 I had that dream. Then the second dream I had, listen to this, because it's kind of similar, only it didn't go to the Middle East. Okay, it stayed in the United States. Now, this dream I had was in 2008, during the last debate between Barack Hussein Obama and John McCain. It was in October. I had this dream of 2008. Don't remember the exact date in October, but I know they were getting ready to do the final debate. Okay, and in this dream, I saw the United States pass before my eyes from California all the way to Washington, D.C. And the way the map looked, it looked like one of those colorful United States maps. You know, like when you see in school where the pink, the blue, the purple, the yellow, you know, those different color the states were. But my eyes went from California all the way to Washington, D.C. And in Washington, D.C., once I got there, it zoomed in. Now, mind you, this is before Barack Obama was president. It was during the debates with him and John McCain. In the dream, I saw Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama, standing outside of the White House, looking up and then ducking for cover. And when I saw in the dream, I saw two huge missiles coming up, and they came down and they hit. And there was an explosion and everything turned white. And when everything turned white, listen to me, in the dream, a voice in my right ear again said, everything is getting into place. And I woke up. Okay? And I saw those missiles. They were not your regular, ordinary missiles. No, these were big missiles. They looked nuclear in the dream. Now, Barack Obama was outside of the White House when that happened, when those missiles hit. So I don't know if I was being shown something in a moment of time, because he was outside of the White House. He was dressed presidential. So that's why I knew he was already going to win the presidency during the race. I mean, during that time with John McCain. And I went and I shared this with a few of my friends. I said, I already know who won the presidential candidate. It's Barack Obama. Barack Obama is going to be president. And lo and behold, came January, he was president. Now listen to me. I don't know why I kept having dreams about Barack Obama. I never asked God for them. And like I said, I'm not saying anything about anybody. I'm not saying anything about Barack Obama. Nothing. I pray for the peace over all men, that they come to the knowledge of Jesus Christ and be saved. I'm not saying anything. I'm just sharing with you guys the experience that I had. Okay? 2009. Okay? 2009 January, I had another dream with Barack Obama. I don't know why I had this. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Let me make it very clear, okay? Sorry, excuse me. Because this dream has to do with something like this. Remember when I told you I saw the map passing before my face from California all the way to Washington, D.C.? Okay, right before I got into Washington, D.C., I saw President Bush's face like in a picture frame all the way to the west of the map. I don't know why I saw that. Then after I saw that, I zoomed into Washington, D.C., and then I saw Barack Obama dressed presidential. Mind you, this is before he became president in 2008. He looked at presidential. He was wearing a black suit, and then he looked up, and those two missiles came. They were huge, and they hit, and there was a big explosion. He was outside of the White House then. Okay? And then that's when after the explosion happened, everything turned white, and a voice said everything's getting into place. Okay? So the next year, January 1st, I had another dream with Barack Obama, and I don't know why. Look, listen, I'm just sharing with you the dreams that I had. It could be just a dream or just something, but I don't know what happened. It was in January. I had a dream that I was sitting at a big wooden table by myself, and then to the left, on the other side of the table, there was a door, and Barack Obama came through the door. He had a secret agent, his Secret Service with him. He sat down in front of me. I didn't ask any questions. This was just a dream, okay? He sat down in front of me and said, everything I learned was from the Bushes. And then I woke up. So I was like, what is the point of that? What is the point of that dream? You know, I know the dream before. I saw President Bush's face in the frame, zoomed in. I don't know. I'm just sharing with that one. Okay? Then, towards the last term, when he was finished with 2008 and he was running again for presidency, when he was going against Mitt Romney, I saw that he won the presidency again. And I told my wife this. I saw him in my dream, in another dream I had, that he was dressed very presidential. He looked presidential. He was sitting in a room full of women, like he was talking to them. And I told my wife, I said, and this is the time when he was debating Mitt Romney. I told my wife again, I said, I don't know why God keeps showing me this, but I said, Barack Obama is going to win the presidency again. I already saw him as president. And lo and behold, he beat Mitt Romney and won it the second time. Okay? So I don't know why I was allowed to see that he was a two-term president. Okay? I don't know. Then 2014 came, okay? And I remember it was 2014 because me and my wife went to some conference, prophecy conference. But this dream took place in March, okay? Now this was the first dream I had I had the two dreams in March, okay? This first dream I had, I saw the earth. And the earth looked wore out. It was destroyed, like desolation, and there was black smoke rising off the earth. The earth looked like there was a huge war, and it was just exhausted. Like men destroyed the earth. And then when I looked up in the dream, I saw a golden city coming down. And then it rested on top of the earth. It landed on top of the earth and rested on top of the earth. And I woke up. It was a very quick dream, but I saw that. I was like, whoa. But I understand what that is, because if you read the book of Revelation, it talks about the New Jerusalem descending from the heavens. So that's what it was. I saw the earth. It looked void and destroyed from war, and there was smoke coming off it. It just looked destroyed. And I saw that New Jerusalem coming down from heaven and landing right on top of the earth, where it's still stuck out. Okay? Then that was in March. In the same year, which was in March, okay, I had another dream. Now, I need you guys to listen to me on this one. Okay? Listen, because I've heard people have similar dreams like this. And like I said, I'm telling you guys again, I am not in no way saying that this person is the Antichrist. I am not. I'm not a prophet. Okay? But this was one of the listen to this dream. In the dream, which was in 2014 in March, same month I saw the New Jerusalem come down from the heavens and landed on the earth. I was in a room. Okay? The room was filled with government officials, military officials that were suited up, and they were decked out with their badges and their patches and everything, and regular men of government that were in suits. Okay? It was a big circular oval type room, not in the White House. It was a different kind of room, right? And the carpet was red in that room. And I noticed while the crowd, the government officials and the military officials, there was a podium to my right, but the podium was empty. It was a podium, a wooden podium that had microphones on it, like somebody was coming out to speak. Okay? And the doors where the red carpet led to the doors that were behind the podium, there were two great iron doors. And when I mean great, I mean they were huge. They were big, tall, thick iron doors. And in the dream, I saw the doors open. And there was a man that came walking out. He was very slender looking. And listen to me when I tell you this, okay? Listen to me how it registered to me in the dream. Listen, okay? I saw the man come walking out, okay? Listen to how I'm going to say this. He looked like Barack Obama, but it was not Barack Obama, if I can say that clear. Why? Because his face was different. His demeanor was different. He looked angry. He had a fierce face. And then when he went to the podium, I don't know, I was moved behind him. So if I was standing behind, I was on his left side. And listen to me how he said this. He spoke on the microphone. Okay? He spoke on the microphone to the crowd that was in front of him. Everybody got quiet. And he said just like this to them. I told you, I am not who I am, who you think I am. Twice he said it. I told you, I am not who I am, who you think I am. And then my dream ended. And I woke up. And I was like, Lord, what am I seeing? What am I seeing? I already knew what that dream meant. Because in that dream, when everybody was waiting for somebody to come to that podium, it was like the whole world was in a mess. And the world was waiting for somebody to lead. They were looking for a leader to come and lead them. It was like hope was gone the way the world was. Everything was all chaotic. And that man came out and said that. And then he said to the crowd, I told you, I am not who I am, who you think I am. Which sounds weird because it's like, I woke up. Okay. And then after I was thinking about that dream, I was like, so I'm like, I don't understand. I'm like, did people know him? And he's telling him, like, you guys know me as this person, but behind this, I'm somebody else. So that was another dream I wanted to share. And that one was intense because I was like, Lord, I know exactly what that means. That meant the coming of the Antichrist. It meant the coming of the Antichrist, nothing else. And like I said, I'd never said it was Barack Obama. Okay? I said it looked like Barack Obama, but it didn't look like Barack Obama. It was weird how I can describe it. That's all I can say. His face and his demeanor was different. Way different. So, yeah, those are the dream. That's the dream that I had, and those are the prophetic dreams that I had. Like I said, I'm not no prophet. I'm not prophesying anything. I just wanted to share that because I noticed that I heard similar dreams where other people also seen United States being hit with missiles, nuclear missiles, and all of that. I saw that in my dream. Like I said, it's a dream that I'm saying an attack on the United States, and I mean, what can I say, man? This is just what I'm sharing with you guys. Like I said, I'm not a prophet. Just wanted to come on and share you guys with those dreams. What you guys think about it, that's on yourself. I'm just saying what I saw. And in two of them, I heard the Lord did speak to me. The first one, when President Bush was in during his term. And, you know, the first dream I told you where I heard the voice at the end of the dream and he said, do you see what's going to happen? And then 2008, October, that dream with the United States passing before my face, and I saw President Bush's face in the picture frame. For some odd reason, then went to Washington, D.C. and zoomed in. And I saw, you know, Barack Obama dressed already as the president, even though he wasn't president. Missiles hit. He was ducking for cover. He was outside of the White House. That's what I noticed. He was outside of the White House. He wasn't in it. And everything turned white, and the voice said, everything is getting into place. And you guys, I don't know, like I said, the way the world is going right now, United States is beefing with China. You know, Russia is flying planes over here and all that stuff. Only God knows what's going to happen. But it's for us to just be ready with Jesus Christ. You don't have to fear nothing. Jesus says, do not fear. Okay, I give you peace. Not like the world gives you peace, but my peace. Don't let your heart be troubled. Don't let your heart be troubled in these last days. Keep your faith in Jesus Christ. He's the way, he's the truth, he's the life. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I know there's other people. If you had a similar dream like that, then please leave it in the comments. Oh, wait a minute, guys. I do apologize. Look at that. I'm about to end, and I forgot the most important thing. Okay? 2020, May 22nd, 2020. All right? How could I almost forget that? Thank you, God, for bringing that back in my head. May 2020, May 22nd, 2020, I had a vision. It was during the time that, because me and my daughters, we have prayer time. You know, one of them's 3, and, you know, I try to teach them the way we just go listen to music and pray. And in this vision, let me tell you, I was on my knees, okay? And I know what a vision is because the Lord showed me a vision of my wife. And, you know, I saw my bed, I saw the wall. I know it pops up right there in your face like a screen. Okay, so we were praying, we were listening to music, and we were just praying and worshiping, and I was just listening, and then next thing you know, boom, a vision popped up right in front of my face. Let me tell you, this is the vision. I saw myself standing behind the moon. How can I explain that to you? I don't know, but I was behind the moon, and the moon was big, it was full, and it was covering my right side, so I could only see with my left eye around the moon. And then I saw the earth in the distance, okay? And the part of the earth that I saw was California and that little tail, California and that little tail that goes down, okay? Like Mexico, right? And when I looked to the left of the corner of my eye, I saw an asteroid or a meteor heading straight towards the Pacific. I didn't see it hit, but I saw an asteroid or a meteor going straight towards the Pacific. And then I got out of the vision. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, God, please. I was like, please, Lord, please. I said, I know I'm not going crazy. I said, I know I'm not going crazy. You have to confirm this to me. You have to confirm this to me because I know I'm not psycho. I was praying, feeling your presence. I know you, Lord. And I said, I was awake because I saw my bed. I can see the TV out of the corner of my eye where the music was on. And then I saw my sheets, everything. I was not asleep. And I told the Lord, please, you got to confirm this for me. You got to confirm this for me, to me. And I was telling him, please, I'm not going crazy. I shared with my daughter the vision. I was like, yo, I was like, listen, I just had this crazy vision of an asteroid or meteor heading towards the earth. It looked like it was going to the Pacific. I said, I don't know. I said, Daddy's not going crazy. I know what I saw. And I was telling God, please confirm this to me. Please confirm this to me because I know I'm not psycho. And then, lo and behold, later that night, like around almost midnight, I came across a video. It's a YouTube channel. Her name is, I think it's Nessa Smart 08. She had a dream. And in the dream, I want you to go to her channel and see if it's up there. It's Nessa Smart 08 is the name of her channel. She had a dream of that was similar to mine. Mine wasn't a dream, it was a vision. But she had a dream, and I'm talking about the similar incident of the moon and a comet coming, or an asteroid passing by the moon. And the area where it hit was the Pacific. It was like a distorted M shape. And if you look at the Pacific, on the California side and all that, you see like a distorted M shaped. And the asteroid or meteor hit there. Nessa Smart 08 is her YouTube channel. She had that dream, and I felt happy when I saw that because I said, thank you, God, for confirming this to me because I know I wasn't losing my mind, Lord. I'm not going to sound like a psycho, but yeah, sorry. I almost forgot about that vision I wanted to share with you guys. 2020, May 22nd, I had that dream. That vision. So, like I said, I'm just sharing it with you guys. If you guys had similar dreams, you can share it in the comments if you want to. If you know somebody who had the same similar dreams to mine, you can share it in the comments below. But that's all I wanted to share with you guys for tonight. Remember, stay strong, walking in the Lord. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Give your life to Christ. Everything is happening. Matthew chapter 24, Luke chapter 21, Mark chapter 13. Everything that Jesus said is going to happen in the last days, the wars, the rumors of wars, the earthquake, the plagues, the coronavirus. Then you got plagues of locusts. Then you have the strange weather that's happening. Then you have Israel today in agreement with the United Arab Emirates, the UAE, making a peace deal, and other countries might follow. Who knows? Listen, we are in the last days, y'all. We cannot play with this. Give your heart to Christ. All right? God bless you guys. And like I said, I'm just sharing the dreams. I'm no prophet. Just a man who loves the Lord trying to finish the race. All right? Have a good night, guys. Out.